For having me. I'm Terence Shen, independent journalist covering foreign policy and global affairs. Recently, Liberal MP Paul Chang suggests that someone could hand over your party's candidate Zhou Tei to China in exchange for a bounty from the communist regime. Many people saw that not only as a threat to Canadian citizens and political opponent, but also legitimizing foreign interference in our democracy. What's your response to his remarks? And after his apology, do you still believe he should be disqualified from running for office? Thank you.
Yes, he must be disqualified. I find it incredible that Mark Carney would allow someone to run for his party that called for a Canadian citizen to be handed over to a foreign government on a bounty, a foreign government that would almost certainly execute that Canadian citizen. Think about that for a second. We have a Liberal MP saying that a Canadian citizen should be handed over to a foreign dictatorship to get a bounty so that that citizen could be murdered. And Mark Carney says he should stay on as a candidate. What does that say about whether Mark Carney would protect Canadians? Mark Carney is deeply conflicted. Just in November, he went to Beijing and secured a $250 million loan for his company from a state-owned Chinese bank. He's deeply compromised, and he will never stand up for Canada against any foreign regime. Is another reason why Mr. Carney must show us all his assets, all the money he owes, all the money that his companies owe to foreign hostile regimes. And this story might not be entirely the story of the bounty and a Liberal MP calling for a Canadian to be handed over for execution to a foreign government might not be something that the everyday Canadian can relate to because it's so outrageous. But I ask you this, if Mark Carney would allow his Liberal MP to make a comment like this, when would he ever protect Canada or Canadians against foreign hostility? He has never put Canada first, and that's why we cannot have a fourth Liberal term. After the lost Liberal decade, our country is a playground for foreign interference. Our economy is weaker than ever before, our people more divided. We need a change to put Canada first with a new government that will stand up for the security and economy of our citizens and take back control of our destiny. Let's bring it home. Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you. Next question.
Good morning, Mr. Poilievre. Kyle Benning from Global News. There have been questions by some conservative strategists about your tactics so far in this campaign, including Stephen Harper's former communications director. Their calls are for the U.S. trade war to become more of a focus for the remainder of the campaign. Do you think that you need to make an adjustment during the campaign to make this more of a focus? And what's your message to those in the party that think so in English and French, s'il vous plaît?
So today, we are standing up to the Americans with a Canada First reinvestment tax cut that will bring tens, if not hundreds of billions of dollars of investment into our economy to create an economic fortress against the unjustified and unfair threats of Donald Trump. President Trump has said he wants the Liberals back in power. We know why, because they will keep Canada weak and keep our investment flowing out of this country to the U.S. After the lost Liberal decade of rising costs and crime and a falling Canadian economy under the American thumb, we cannot allow the Liberals a fourth term in office. We need a change with a Canada First government that will axe taxes, build homes, approve resources, bring home the hundreds of billions of dollars the Liberals have pushed out of the economy so that we can stand up to the President from a position of strength. That is what this election is about.
Thank you. Next question.
Brian Lilly, Toronto Sun. On Friday, there was a court ruling that gave an injunction to a group of people trying to stop the Ontario government from saying you can't have consumption sites, drug consumption sites, within 200 meters of schools and daycares. They claim it violates their Section 7 charter rights to life, liberty, and security of the person, their Section 15(1) charter rights to equality. I'd like your thoughts on that. The judge just gave an injunction, hasn't ruled on it yet, but should courts be deciding how close a a drug consumption site is to schools and daycares?
No, this and the liberal policy behind it are a bloody outrage. The Section 7 charter rights of children should come first. Charter rights to life, liberty, and security of the person means that kids should not be walking around stepping on dirty needles or at risk that an erratic fentanyl addict might lash out and kill a child. What about the charter rights of the beautiful mother who was hit by a stray bullet coming out of a so-called safe consumption site in Toronto just a year ago? What happened to her charter rights? It's not a safe consumption site if there are stray bullets flying out of it. This radical liberal policy of handing out drugs, bringing people to use cocaine, crack, fentanyl right in the most vulnerable communities around our kids has been a disaster. It has driven crime. It has threatened our children. It has led to 50,000 overdoses, more than died, and overdose deaths, more than died fighting for Canada in the Second World War. When I'm Prime Minister, this liberal insanity will end. But before I point that, I should just point out, nothing will change under Mark Carney. He has the same radical liberal MPs and ministers that Justin Trudeau did when he put these consumption sites in place. He has Nathan Erskine-Smith. He now even has Mayor Gregor from Vancouver, who's even more radical in wanting to give out free drugs everywhere. When I'm Prime Minister, this liberal drug insanity will end. We will ban hard drugs. We will empower police to enforce the law and prosecutors to carry it out. We will stop giving out taxpayer-funded opioids. We will shut down drug consumption sites. We will give life sentences to fentanyl traffickers and treat them like the murderers that they are. And finally, we will put the resources into treatment and recovery so that we can provide rehabilitation, counseling, detox, and we can lift the people up who are struggling with addiction. Our mission must be a drug-free Canada. Our mission must be to put Canada first by bringing our loved ones home drug-free for a change. Thank you.